Intro.
What are we
We're
about
good,
to
Thunder?
smack that? Is that what y'all about to play?
All on the floor, smack that. It's not.
So are you gonna lead this podcast? Are you gonna ask the questions?
Yeah, let's
You
get
gonna
it.
flip this?
Let's get it. I'm about to lead it. Come on.
Intro.
All right. Let me know when to start.
You ready?
Ready?
We're on. We're rolling.
Welcome to Ghost Talk Podcast. You know, I'm sitting here today with the G.O.A.T.S of Minnesota. Okay. My name is Yusra. Who we got?
Hey, it's your boy Muhammad Sharif.
As you got Hamza the Truth.
Yo, and they invited me today. They thought they was about to run this, but you know, I had to do a little whoop-de-woo on them. She
took it over. She snatched
podcast queen. I had to conjoin with the podcast king. So I want to know, first of all.
Damn, she really got questions.
Like, wallah, this is the best, most organized intro we've had.
How's your intro? Let me hear your intro first.
Terrible. That's our intros.
Hey guys.
Is that it?
Intro.
Just hey guys?
This is what we do. So we just talk. We say we hit record. We're just mid-conversation.
Do you guys introduce yourselves?
We do.
Sometimes.
Like,
Okay.
mid-conversation. Because, like, no, what we try to do is, like, we just go into it. And people are just talking like this, how we're
Yeah.
talking. And then, like, as we're talking, we're like, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy.
In the
Sharif.
middle, after you guys are done.
Yeah. And then, like, this guy goes, Hamza. Like this. And then we try to, like, hype up our guests. Like, we would be like, so today we got this wonderful lady,
Aw.
businesswoman,
Yeah.
entrepreneur, which is the same thing. I gotta see,
Yeah.
our shit is terrible.
No, that's
we
not
never,
bad.
But the thing is, we never write. It's straight off
It's
of.
always
Good. That's how we are too. With our podcast, if you guys don't know, I have a podcast, Eat and Talk, with my co-host Gilbert. Check it out.
Go
YouTube.
check it out.
My boy was on this the first season you were on it when he had his book, and then the collab with the clothing and everything. We are Hamza supported our small business with me and my best friends, African Beauty. Got the do-rags. So check it out. Right now we're about to drop something next season, inshallah, or this season I should say.
I want to be a model.
Yeah,
for the
you
do-rags.
could definitely be a model.
I wanna
Both
be a
of
model for
y'all.
the
I was a
do-rags.
model for the do-rag.
Yes, and you
Every-
forever gonna be my model, for sure.
Every time I go and, like, I'm a model and I leave, I feel like this shit.
Yeah, this nigga y'all gotta
make you
see
feel
this
good?
nigga's pictures. Like, this is him.
The thing is
I was
he
just-
has the face for it.
He does.
Mashallah. Look at him.
Mashallah.
This is why he's on Ghost Talk.
He's a model.
What? Wait a minute. You just said, oh yeah, I brought this nigga on because he's good looking.
Just because he's good looking. That's about it.
There's no other reason.
Just because he's good looking.
So getting into that, how did G.O.A.T. Talk start?
So, wow. I did not expect that. No, but for real though, this guy right here, he's the original podcast guy. I've always wanted to, like, get into podcasting and interviewing people, and, like, I was very, very interested about, like, learning about other people, what they do, how their lives are run. It's just asking those bigger questions. I came on his show, actually, just like how I came on your show, and, like, we had a pretty, like, it was an amazing podcast episode. I talked about my book, whatever, and then, like, a couple months later, this guy, he goes, okay, he wanted to start one too. Or I don't know how that went down, but, like, he needed somebody to come on the show with him. And, like, he was like, yo, like, he hit me up. He's like, yo, we really didn't, we knew each other, but we didn't know
That's
each
the
other.
thing. That was
Like,
about it.
Oh, really? So you guys really connected
it was
on
off that podcast.
On a
podcast.
different level, on a different. We always knew each other for
Mashallah.
almost 5+
For a
years,
long time.
maybe even longer than that. But he said, yo, like, you want to come on? I like your vibe. I think, you'd be really good at this. You should come through. And you know me, I was like, hell yeah, I want to come through.
Yeah.
So I came through, like, the first, and it's a learning process. Well, I think where we were, our first episode, and where we are now is leaps and bounds. But, alhamdulillah, and there's going to be so much more coming soon.
Wow, mashallah. Man, I love to hear that. Like, brothers being united over something like this. That's what's up.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
I've watched a lot of you guys' episodes, and you guys actually have a great dialogue. I thought y'all knew each other forever. Like, you guys grew up together or something.
No.
So, yeah.
It's just two people with, like, vibes that just click. I
Yeah.
think that's what it is.
And the reason why I chose him, originally was Sincerely Honest with my family.
I remember, yep.
And it started off with just 4 of us. And what happened is one of our cousins decided to take school a lot more serious.
Yeah.
She said, yo, I can't do it.
Respect.
So it became 3 of us. And us 3 were like, yo, I think we should have someone next to us because there's a vacant seat. So we started interviewing people, talking to people. And we had this guy. I then love having conversations with people. I'm just interested in anything and everything. And I just love talking to people. So I was like, yo, I need someone who has that same mindset, who's interested, who doesn't question people and their, like, just their views, but questions why they do it. And it's just like, yo, let me know why you do it just so I understand why you do it. and he's one of the most articulate individuals that I know as well.
Absolutely,
Thank
yeah.
you, thank you,
And
thank
he wrote a book.
Yeah, and he wrote a book.
Shout out.
And he models.
He's literally everything, you know?
No, that's what's up.
The only thing I can't do is spell, guys. I can't spell.
But you happen to write a book,
I'm
and that's
sorry.
why you're great.
Yeah.
That's why
I
you're a
can't
GOAT.
spell.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
That's
thank you,
true.
thank you. But today we're here to talk about why she's a GOAT, because she truly.
Yeah, let's flip.
truly
Let's go back to
is a
Ghost
GOAT.
Talk. Let's go back to Ghost Talk. So let's do an intro. Let's do an
Amazing
intro.
job.
Let's actually introduce
Amazing
the
job.
GOAT. You are GOAT.
Thank you.
How many things do you do? Could we list it off real quick?
Oh, damn.
Because before, let's just do.
Because we were trying to think about that. So
I asked him.
so you do the podcast.
Yep.
You have the clothing line.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
So I have Eat and Talk podcast
Yeah.
with my friend Gilbert. We have that together. Then with my two best friends, Amal and Samia, shout out to them. We started a brand called African Beauty.
Yes.
And then my 9-to-5 career, originally I was working with small businesses. Now I moved to what they call middle market commercial. So it's wholesale businesses, but I still assist with small businesses in the banking world. And then I'm on the Lake Street City Council board. We were talking about that earlier. And I help generate grants to our community. And then I'm on the African Development Center Loan Committee.
I'm counting 6, by the way. We're on number 6 right now.
Mashallah.
And that's really it.
No,
And then,
don't end. Keep going. Keep going.
More. Stop. I know you got more.
and then for fun, like as I do a lot of volunteer work. I love teaching financial
Mashallah.
literacy to the community. So I do partner with Minneapolis and St. Paul schools, both through my corporate world and then also outside. I do volunteer with the organization called Best Prep. And then I used to be a lot into journalism. That's what I did a little bit of studying for before I changed my mind. And so I partnered with what they call the 360 journalism program. So I do some volunteering with them as far as like editing papers for college students and high schoolers. So yeah, I do a lot.
Wow.
Mashallah.
That's like 12 things.
No, it's not. It sounds like a lot,
how'd you
but
get
like I got it balanced.
You said how'd you get to 12?
Hey, how'd you get to 12?
Yeah.
I can't spell and I can't count, guys. I went to Minneapolis public schools. I'm sorry.
Which is amazing public schools. So shout out to
it
them.
actually is.
Yes.
You know, my graduating class, I had like 12 niggas go to like Ivy League schools.
Absolutely.
Like niggas that I knew.
Where'd you go, South?
I went to South, bro. Niggas
Yeah.
was fighting in the halls, but folks was going to
I was
Ivy
shocked.
League. Folks going to Ivy League schools. I was like, yo, shout
Yeah,
out to
South
you.
had a you guys had like a what was it, like an IB program or something, or whatever it's
We
called.
had we had an AP program, but
Yeah.
we had the honor society. As
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
That's where a lot of people like, and we have one of the highest like graduation rates
In
like,
South
this-
Minneapolis,
in
yeah.
South Minneapolis, like 98%. It's mad.
98%.
Mashallah.
Yeah, mashallah.
It's amazing.
Damn near everybody that I started school with like graduated with me.
It's like you get in a fight at South, but you also graduate.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's-
that's their motto.
it
Their motto
builds
is
you.
like you could do whatever you're gonna graduate.
I remember we used to like take buses to come to South, like suburban kids to like fight with y'all. Like that was like
Yo,
literally.
was South really a prison?
Yeah, it
Was
was.
it?
I was in there. It literally used to be a prison.
So you were in prison, or you?
No, like okay, it was a prison way before it was a school. That's what
It
I'm saying.
looks like
But
a
it used to
prison.
be. No,
So it
I
used
heard
to
it
be a
used to be a
No,
prison.
it didn't used to be prison.
Man, I'm gonna Google
The
this.
guy,
Listen, are
the
you
guy,
sure?
I'm telling you this,
Don't
the
lie.
architect that designed South also designs prisons, which makes a lot of fucking sense because school is jail, bro. It's jail. You get jail food.
So he built.
Our-
That's a messed up.
Our
architect.
doors do the thing.
No.
I swear to God.
Because
And
you
they're
guys
locked.
used to get like the gun
Yeah,
checks and everything,
and they have
right?
like the magnet locks. So like at
Yeah.
a certain time they lock and you
You're right. It has a prison-like
I went to
structure.
Southwest.
Yeah, it very
didn't
much
have
has a
any of
pretty.
that.
Oh,
South-
Southwest was the bougie.
Yeah,
Southwest,
we didn't have any of that.
Southwest, bro. I went to
Yeah.
Southwest my sophomore year for a
We had a
track meet.
swimming pool.
Yeah.
I went to Southwest for a track meet my sophomore year. I went
Mhm.
inside to use the bathroom. Wow, bro. It's a campus. It's an actual campus, bro. Niggas got
Yeah.
a cafe. They have a cafe inside the school.
Are you looking if it's a prison still?
Yeah, it was just built like a prison. You're right. I thought it literally was a
looks like-
prison.
It has no windows,
Very much
though.
looks.
Yeah,
it doesn't have
and it
windows
has
either.
like bars.
It has
stuff.
bars?
Yeah, like
I've
some
never went
parts of
inside
the
South.
school.
It's crazy. South is crazy. But
Yeah.
hey, big shout out to South. They're one of the best basketball teams in the
The
state. right now.
Tigers, right?
That's cap.
They
Yeah.
beat De La Salle. Wallahi, they're
This
number
year?
1 or number 2.
This year,
They're 1 or 2. Dead ass. They're going crazy, bro.
eat and talk.
Okay, let's go back to you.
What made you start it?
Um,
And where did you get the concept?
Yeah, so Eat and Talk, what it is now and what it originally was going to be was completely something different. So the reason why it's called Eat and Talk was I was actually, me and Gilbert, we really wanted to focus on restaurants. And I had like this idea along with him, like where we would go into restaurants and interview them and actually have interviews there. So like I would invite you to Qurhlo and we would sit there and have a dialogue. And then we talk about the restaurant that we're at. And then the chef would be like, okay, Manta, I made, basta hilab ari or whatever like that. This is what it means, And so that was our concept. And like we were thinking, and like prior to that, me and him were sitting down and we are like thinking about, we could do like a radio show or something like that. But we were like, okay, let's do a podcast. And then the pandemic hit and all the restaurants closed. And we're like, oh, dang. And then George Floyd happened. And then we're like, oh, dang. Like, now we got to make it bigger than just like food and Somali food. So we recouped and we, it was an active summer, especially with the George Floyd thing and with the pandemic. And we're like, okay, there's so much negative light in Minnesota right now, especially in the Black community. Like every time you turn on the news, you open up your social media, it was like, oh, this is going on, or Black people are rioting and everyone's burning things down and everything. Like everything was just so negative. And we're like, yo, we got some amazing things and amazing people going on in Minnesota. Like, let's give them a platform and really highlight that. So that's how we came. And we still want to, I'm fat. Like, I want food. So I was like, we got to incorporate eat in there somehow. I don't care. So so we ended up, renting out a studio. Shout out to Nice Guys Corporation. And, they have a podcast studio and we rented it out. And then we decided to interview people, and I started just like interviewing, friends, people I've never met before. Majority of the people we interview on our platform are like, I've never met them before. They're just people that either have reached out to us or we reach out to them. Yeah. And they're doing something. They either have a business, they're artists, they're a chef, they do sports, something like that. And it was nice. It was like, wow, look at all this and all these people, Somali, Black, African, like our community is thriving. And so that's very like where it came from.
Yeah, mashallah. Yeah. No, our community is very, very much thriving.
Yeah.
So how did you go about like the food aspect of it? Did you just reach out to these restaurants?
Yeah, if I'm being 100% honest, like we just go and we just buy food. We support these small business restaurants and then we just bring it. And then we shout them out, or, people ask like, oh, where'd you get that sambusa from? Like, we got it from Cairo Grill, or where'd you get those smoothies from? Like, just etc. So that's kind of how our main goal, because we just started, really, our first episode was this year. So January is going to be our, 1 year anniversary. But our goal is to hopefully incorporate, larger, small businesses that serve food. And, have them sponsor us, vice versa, have us sponsor them, whatever the case is. And then, but regardless, I'm eating on my show because, first of all, I'm hungry. So,
Wallah, we need to start doing that.
We can start bringing them.
We really need to start doing that because I be hungry, bro.
Yeah.
We all be hungry. And then afterwards, we all like, bro, where everybody eat at, bro? I'm so hungry.
And now it's really cool because it's so cool. Like, in the beginning, we'd bring the food, or sometimes the people that we interview, they cook or their mom can cook or their girlfriend cooks, whatever the deal is. And then now our guests, when they come, they're like, hey, we're going to bring some food. So our guests bring food now. It's really cool from where they're like they'll bring Liberian food, they'll bring Somali food, they'll bring tacos, whatever it is.
What's your favorite, other than Somali food? I think by the way, I think Somali food is elite.
Yeah, top tier.
Top tier
100%.
Legitimate.
Don't say the wrong word, please. The wrong place either.
What? For what?
Your favorite restaurant. Your favorite
He
Somali
said
restaurant.
He said non-Somali though.
Oh no.
No, hold on.
Do your favorite Somali restaurant. No. Don't say nothing. Stop.
You're not gonna make me say Najib.
What's your favorite Somali restaurant? Please answer that, please.
Najib's is not your favorite Somali restaurant?
Listen, I'm about to get kicked out, y'all.
No, you're not gonna get kicked out. You're more. It's my crib. You're more than welcome.
I love Najib's. I'm not gonna lie. So I have
not her favorite restaurant, bro.
I just want to know her favorite restaurant.
So this is the thing. I have a favorite restaurant for each unta though.
Oh,
so
each dish.
If you dish. I ask the tough questions sometimes.
Go ahead.
If you had to pick from one restaurant that was Somali that you could only buy stuff from for the rest of your life, where would that restaurant be? We want to know.
Oh my God. This is so tough. I don't know.
Mine is Najib's, obviously.
I would have to say I love mashallah. I do. I love mashallah.
She's tapped in.
Mashallah probably will be my number one.
Is tapped in.
So you guys know Olive Kitchen that opened up, you know, on Nicollet.
Yo,
I love
I've
their
heard of
whistle. I love their food. It's clean. It's really nice.
I heard it's like very like not bougie, but like
Yeah, it's just it's clean for, you know, it's new. But shout out to them. It's clean, you know. It's
Yeah.
really nice. There used to be, it's still open. I don't know who owns it now, but like in 2018, Dalos is on 27th, I think 27th on Nicollet. The owners then like had elite food, like
what's it called?
Dalos, yeah.
Where is it?
It's on Eat Street. It's on 27th and Nicollet, I
Yo,
think.
we got to get a list of places from.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. To you.
Yo, everybody recommend your favorite Somali restaurant in the comments. Put
Yeah.
your
Gotta
favorite
get a
Somali
list.
restaurant in
Do
the
it.
comments.
But yeah, and then, you know, and then there's the basics, you know, Qur'hlo. I mean, you know, their customer service sucks. We know that. I'm sorry. I'll say it. I say it to their face every day, but their customer service sucks.
Yeah. That's all
But-
Somali restaurants though.
You know, but like Qur'hlo is different.
What
Like,
Qur'hlo's borderline
What does somebody
disrespectful.
say?
it is.
It's borderline
What
disrespectful.
do they
It
say?
is.
You come and you like half bris kutule. They're gonna be like, Ali, ma'alum ma'una half bris kutule. They be get on your ass.
That I wouldn't even mind because that's like our duckling. Like we're just like straightforward. But like, you know, sometimes it's just
They straight up ignore you.
it straight up ignore you,
Wow.
or they'll be like, "Oh, do you have hilwari? Don't have it. Pasta, don't have it. Bris, don't have." So what do you
At
got?
like 12 p.m.
Yeah, literally.
At like
we got
12.
suqar and malawah. That's it. Like
سقاري ملوحة أنا معونة talk.
not facts, literally. So, but I love Somali food, and I love to cook. That's another thing. Like I love to cook. So if I had to choose first, it would be cooking at home. Well, I love to cook if I have time. But yeah.
If you had to say one thing and label yourself, what would your career be? If someone's like, "Hey, what's your career?" If like a little kid came up to you and says, "What do you do? What's your career?" What would you answer with?
Wow. I remember you asked me this question too, I think.
What'd you answer with?
I have no
Right.
clue.
If it's something to summarize everything that I do, I don't know if this is a career, but the title I would give myself is community advocate. That's probably because that's a little bit of everything what I do. Whatever I do, whether it's in the baking world or the teaching world, it has something to do with advocating for the community. So that would be my title if someone asked me.
Yeah. Even in the
That's
media
amazing.
world with your podcast,
Yeah.
it's more catered towards, you know, putting people into the spotlight and shouting people out in this community. But I really like that though, because you know it really shows that like where your values lie and where you see, you know, your truth and your desires in the
Yeah.
world and what you want the world to look like is like in every aspect, from your professional work to like what you do for fun. You're always trying to look after the community and look out for the community.
Yeah. So
That's fire.
who else will? And yeah, and so do you guys too, wallahi. So it's important, honestly, if you aren't putting yourself out there and advocating for like especially the youth, because I remember there really wasn't anyone advocating for us when we were younger. You know, our world is
I
going to
think
be in
that's
shambles.
the main reason why I even do this, because I feel like our older generations. I'll speak for mine. I'm 25.
Damn.
People. He always says
You're
that.
a baby.
Yeah, no, it's an ongoing
I'm
joke
a
for him. I told him, yo,
grown-ass
you're
man,
gonna be
bro.
25
I'm a
soon.
baby, bro.
Yeah.
But I was like, when I was growing up and I was doing poetry and I was doing theater and I was doing all these things, I didn't see anyone that was Somali, let alone like, there weren't even a lot of black people that like we were close to, because the Somali people we like to keep it within ourselves, but yet we don't share anything to each other. So it's just like a empty hole, I feel like, because it's like nobody's sharing nothing,
Yeah.
but you're all only gonna stick with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like I see these younger kids and then they have dreams that I'm like, yo, you could actually do it.
Mm-hmm.
Our dreams weren't like real to us. They were just like, yo, I want to maybe, if it might
Yeah.
happen,
I
I might make it to the league.
I might fuck around and do it.
I might do
Yeah.
it. But like you look at these kids and they're like, yo, no, I'm gonna make it to the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
And like you could feel it in their soul. And I'm like, yo, if I am that one person that can say something to you, be like, yo, you could do it, that ignites something.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that I didn't have. I hopefully can pass it on now.
And this generation, I love them. They are so fearless. Like we were so boxed in as kids, because we also had like dreams, goals, and ambitions, but like we were just in a box, you know. It was different. But this generation is fearless. Like they will do what they want to do, but they need that push
Yeah.
at the end of the
yeah.
day, and they need that push from not from like elders or TV or social media. Like they need that push from people like us
their
who are
peers.
actually like out here like doing something, you know.
He
So-
said something pretty like that still sticks with me. It's the funniest thing. He said, "Y'all generation, y'all personalities like y'all, like it was beaten out of you to
Yeah.
have a personality, to be different. Like let alone Like you see people with dreads now and braids. Like having long hair back in the day was a no-go.
Big time.
At all. Having curly hair or long hair, or like coloring it. Oh, first of all.
Oh, yeah, silk. Oh my goodness, jail.
That boy is going to jail.
Yeah.
He sells
I've
drugs.
done all three of those things in my hair.
Yeah.
But I feel like my generation is kind of like the middle child, you know, or like even not even the middle child, the youngest child. You know how the youngest child just don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like they'll do shit that you look at them, you be like, bro, I would be dead right now if Hoya and Abu Saleh.
Yeah.
I would be unalived.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they do it like, and it's just out of straight like, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna do it. Like, come see me about it. But I don't.
What's the worst that can happen? I mean, you know, I'm never suggesting don't ever disrespect your parents, you know. But at the end of the day, like our parents, there's a lot of things. I mean, we grew up in different generations, so there's a lot of things that they don't know. So sometimes you just gotta do something, and eventually they're gonna see the bigger picture, and they'll accept it. I'm the oldest child, so I feel like my parents experienced with me, like the way my parents were on my ass. And the way they just let my siblings do whatever, I'd be looking at them like, what? Like, I couldn't even get dropped off at the mall when I was younger. Like, my parents would be like, no, I'm going to be with you. I'm going to be sitting right here or something like that. But, like, how my siblings, 13, 14, they'll drop him off, pick him up. Oh, you going to your friend's house? It's cool. Like, it was, like, so. Because it's, like, but they learned, though, because, you know, they could kind of tell, okay, like, you sort of didn't really get to experience life. She started like, you know, I wouldn't say like rebelling, but at the end of the day, like the trust wasn't there. Like I would have to hide things from them, you know, but they don't want that. At the end of the day, they want openness. So with their other kids, you know, now there's like a good trust, you know, and I love that. I love it. But then I was the guinea pig. So
Speaking on that, growing up, how was it? Where were you born? Your story, the beginning.
Yeah.
Your origin story.
Your origin story.
Yeah. So I'm between a suburban girl and a city girl. So I was born in North America. I was born in Canada, but I came
So you're
here.
Canadian?
Not really. I came here when I was like a baby, but yeah, technically. But yeah, I came here when I was like a baby. And you know, I don't even know like my whole birth story. Like sometimes the person will be like, oh no, Somalia shit, but I'll go to Canada and be like, oh, this is the hospital that you brought. So it's like it's a whole mixture.
All over the place.
It's all over the place. But I know I came to Minnesota, and the first place that we lived was Cedar, and that's where my dad's mom, Alana Hadis, just passed away in 2018. But up until 2018, she lived in Cedar. So I would spend my school years and weekdays in Eden Prairie. That's where I grew up. And then every weekend, and then straight up the whole entire summer, I grew up in Cedar. And I loved coming to see, like, literally when my parents would pick me up from my grandma's house after the summer or the weekends, they'd be like, wow, like, you have nur in your face. Because it's like, I was like in such a like basement in Eden Prairie. I mean, there's a Somali community in Eden Prairie, don't get me wrong, I love them and everything like that. There was massages, there was a community. But like coming to see that, like, getting fries from West Bank and, you know, playing basketball at Brian Cole with my friends.
Fries?
The $2 fries with the mayo and the ketchup and the bisbas, like, oh my God. You know? And so, those two became my home. So that's like where I grew up. So that's why, like, I always had a passion for the community because, you know, I grew up with people here, and then I grew up with people in Eden Prairie. And then also people think that Eden Prairie is like such a cookie cutter, like white people place, you know. A lot of people there lived in Section 8, wallahi. Everybody there had EBT. So they were struggling in Eden Prairie too. It was a mini Cedar, wallahi. Westwind Drive, shout out to Westwind Drive. That's like kind of like the hood of Eden Prairie, you know, where all the Russians and Somalis lived.
Russians?
So,
Russians?
yeah, hella Russians lived there.
the fact that she thought she was just going to sneak that in there, a ghost talk. We just live with Russians. And that's about it.
Yeah, babushkas. Wallahi, I called it babushka. We had grandmas growing tomatoes.
What is it?
What is babushka?
It means grandma in Russian.
Babushka.
Babushka, yeah.
Babushka. I'm gonna start going around and start calling people that.
Hell nah.
Babushka.
Hey, don't fuck with the Russians. Bro.
Yo.
Babushka.
No, but the Russians were really
Russians are
cool.
cool,
They were really cool. I don't know outside, but
they cool.
They are.
You just gotta.
They gonna put you
not
in the
saying
fridge,
stupid.
boy. I'm good.
What was the last thing he said? Babushka.
He called me a grandma.
He called the wrong nigga grandma.
Nah, they're Russian. So yeah, so that's where I grew up, and then I went to Eden Prairie schools, and then after sophomore year, oh my God, like high school, like freshman year, sophomore year, especially was so lit.
So you're in Eden Prairie the whole time.
No, so that's what I was about to say. Eden Prairie, I went to high school. Like, I went to Eden Prairie in my entire life up until after sophomore year. My parents, like, I was having so much fun sophomore year. Like, it was so fun because first of all, I don't remember happened like about her heritage clothes or something. Everybody came to Eden Prairie, and it was like
it was lit.
It was lit. It was a lit year, and my parents looked at me like, "Ton of graduate." So we they took me to Minnetonka,
Wow.
and then Minnetonka actually I did really good like my first semester. Then I did PSCO, and I finished PSCO. So I really didn't know anybody at Minnetonka, and then I graduated from Minnetonka. But then towards the end of my year, I was really into journalism, and so my teacher actually recommended me to St. Thomas for the journalism program that I volunteer with now, and that's what I studied. But I just really, it wasn't really for me. I couldn't really find like an actual like solid job. I loved writing, I loved reading, I loved interviewing people, but so I just got like a part-time job at a bank, Wells Fargo on Nicollet Lake, that's burned down right now.
Wow.
Which is cool, but it's gonna get rebuilt, inshallah. But I was a teller, and then I just used it to waste my time, really, like get by just as a paycheck, and then it turned into a career. I got introduced to the community relations team, and that's how I got into using them to get into the community and help out and give the resources. So I'm here today.
Going back to high school, you said you went to Eden Prairie,
Yeah.
and then there was a point where there weren't that many Somali people,
Yeah.
and then they migrated over.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you were in an environment where there are a lot of Somali kids.
Absolutely. We
And
had a
then-
whole third floor. It was called the Somali Wall.
What?
Yeah, it was called the Somali Wall.
There's gonna
Yeah.
be somebody watching this like, oh, you're the Somali.
No, like all my OGs from Eden Prairie, no, like I'm talking about like circa 2006, like guys that graduated from 2006 up until like when I was there, like there was a Somali Wall. Like the corner got bigger and bigger, but we took over the whole third floor.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's Somali people for you.
Yeah.
Wallahi, if there's one thing Somalis are good at, it's taking over shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll just start multiplying too.
They just mob and they're loud as shit.
Yeah,
And we're just
absolutely.
yelling and everybody just like leaves the premises. Like, we don't want to be on the third floor. Fuck the third
No,
floor.
it was well. I thought they used to like hold their backpacks tight walking next to us,
Yo,
but
I have to go to the
Wow.
third
it was
floor
so
for bio.
yeah,
Them Somalians.
literally.
I
That's
have-
how it was.
I have physics on
Literally.
the Somali wall. Fuck.
Fuck, man.
Damn Somalians.
No, that's literally how it was though. Like, and then there was Adafi that were cool as hell with us, you know.
Yo.
But yeah, it was bad. And then there was some Somali people who had like identity crisis that like didn't consider themselves Somali.
They
So
just skipped out.
they would skip out and
They didn't go to the
I
third
feel
floor.
so bad for those people. The people that like
The ex-Somalis?
the ex-Somali girl.
But
I
you know,
feel
it
so
didn't
bad.
last long because like I was telling you this yesterday on the
Yeah,
phone.
yeah.
Like after high school, they realized without the Somali people, they
Yeah.
couldn't, you know. So it's like
It's not
It
even
is.
like without the it's any community. Without
Yeah.
your community, your folks, your people, like you're not gonna make it
yeah,
anywhere, bro.
Absolutely.
And if you do make it anywhere, like I don't know about other people, but for me, if I made it without my community, I wouldn't feel the same satisfaction as if my community raised me up and made me the person I am today. I feel like everybody gets the win together. You feel me?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
But no,
yeah.
at
I didn't
my
even finish the
school-
question though. Because the question, I just remembered the question being, you're in a Somali, there was a lot of white people, then there was a lot of Somali people. Y'all migrated because you might have failed. Child, if you had a child, where would you want that child brought up? In a school with a lot of Somali people? Or would you want them to be in a school full of Adam people?
Oh.
Which environment do you think
Ew.
would be best fit
So-
for your child?
I actually have a child, and
mashallah.
yes,
Mashallah.
his name's Okash, and right now he goes to a white school. But it's the same thing. There's a lot of Somali kids out there that go to his school. But me personally, I would want him, whether it's Somali or not, I would want him to be somewhere where there's a community, at least Muslim community, because I would want him to know his Dakhan and Deen. Like right now, like thankfully, like I mean, there's a balance because I take my son to Duxi on weekends, so
Yeah,
he knows when he goes to
mashallah.
school, he'll come home, sometimes he'll be like, oh, guess what? Noel ate pork today. Can you believe that? Like, like you know, like so he knows, you know.
Yo.
So
Mashallah.
I would prefer for my child to have that balance because I also don't want him to have, like I said, the identity crisis. So even if he is in an all Somali environment, I don't want him to get culture shock when he in the real world when he grows up and he's put in a white world. Like let's say he gets a job somewhere, or he could be anywhere around the world overseas and he's just in a environment that's not Somali.
Yeah.
I want him to know how to adapt. So I would want him to have that balance, to be honest, at the end of the day. And I'm gonna look at education and Deen first before I look at culture, you know. So
Because culture is
Yeah.
always changing. I
Yeah.
feel like that's that, and also the fact that like that's one thing like our parents kind of didn't understand one, like if you just seclude a kid and just all he sees is Somali people, once, and which he has to eventually to be successful, once he leaves his community or she leaves her community, it's going to be a big shock. You're not really going to know, how do I navigate, you know, these avenues and things like that. And the other thing they don't understand, that they try to like, which is, there's a level of fear of like, I don't want to lose my dakhan. Like they have a connection to the homeland.
And that's my even till this day, you know, me working in this corporate world, my dad every day was like, Bismillah, please don't start drinking alcohol. Wallah, he says that to me every day. Like, I'm like, Abba, stop. Like, it's just a parent's fear or a sibling's fear. Like, naturally, even I worry for my siblings now. They're grown, but I'm just like, I don't want them to fall into the wrong crowd, you know, because society and culture is different these days. So
very, very different.
Yeah.
Yo, pork in public schools is crazy, bro.
A lot of public schools, I think they cut down on that, to be honest. Like, their food programs have changed.
There's some niggas that were eating pork from kindergarten to 6th grade, had no clue. Straight bacon every morning. Yo, you know, when I first went to South, I walk in and I came late. I came like lunchtime, my first day of school. Yeah. And everybody was eating pepperoni pizza. But it was not pork pepperoni pizza. It was beef. I didn't know. I didn't get the memo. I came from Somali school, Cedar Riverside. You know. I was convinced the only pepperoni that exists is pork pepperoni. I walk in, the entire school, bunch of Somali kids, Arab kids, they're all eating pepperoni. I said, all y'all niggas going to hell. You going to hell. You going to hell. I was like, we got dragged. But they cut down on that.
Yeah, no, alhamdulillah. No, it's, my mom, I go to Holy Land and I get like pepper or like crescent moon, and my mom doesn't trust it. She's like, I don't care. I'm like, wait, it says halal. No, like actual halal, like there's halal pepperoni that's sold at like the Arab stores, you know, and my mom still doesn't trust it. She's like,
or turkey bacon. Yeah.
Turkey bacon.
My mom, if I make turkey bacon, turkey sausage, all of that, they're like, nah.
So then that balance that you had between the cities and Cedar Riverside, and like we could talk for hours and hours and hours about like what Cedar Riverside is like and the culture experience that anybody growing up there has. And EP, do you think that balance had an effect on post high school, what your ambitions were, and even right now as an adult, what your ambitions are and what you get into?
Absolutely. Well, I'm very grateful growing up in both Eden Prairie and see that, you know, obviously even though I said like there was struggles in Eden Prairie, the opportunities are still not the same. You know, the kids, my friends in see that and my friends in Eden Prairie had two totally different lifestyles. So it definitely did like post high school. Cause I just never, and it's not just me, my siblings as well. Like we will never forget, the lifestyle that we had in see that, even though it's considered lower class, like for us it was just so up there. Like we had the best times there, the best summers. Like we can still go there and you know see ayayas and awoas and you know friends that we grew up with, but at the same time, you know, we're reminded about dark things. You know, a lot of people that we grew up and see that are not here today with us compared to the friends we have in Eden Prairie who are like doctors and stuff like that, you know. So it's like, so I'm reminded by that. And then at the end of the day, like I said, like it did have an effect on me post high school, because it's like, okay, I don't want to forget where I came from. I don't want to forget where my grandma refused to move from her apartment. I don't even know how the owners, they probably died while she was still living there. Like she lived there like circa 90s, like I kid you not, you know. So it was like,
that's my dad right now.
Yeah.
Not going?
Refuses.
Yeah.
He came 93.
Yeah.
Since 1993, he's been living in the same, like basically the same building. He refuses to leave.
See that, like, just loves see that, you know, and because
bro, it's hard to leave.
It is.
It's hard to leave Minnesota. When you go to like any.
Nah, that's all y'all. I'm out.
Nah, well, like you end up missing. You end up missing like driving and then seeing a Somali mom. Or like a upti, or like any, like you just miss it. You come home.
That sense of community is
different. I always say I want to get up out of Minnesota, and then sometimes I do. I'll be gone for like a month or something, and then I'm like, damn. And I come back and I miss seeing like our people, or like I meet Somali people like outside of Minnesota, like for example DC or something like that, and then they're just different. It's not the same. It's not the same.
Let's be honest with each other. It's not the same.
It don't hit the same.
It's really not. Like, and they're just like different. Like
their problems aren't the same problems.
Their problems are not. And when they come here, they're like, whoa.
They love it here.
They love it. They move here, like, or they come here all the time, or like, it's, you know, playing basketball is different here. Going to shows here is different. Like, you know, everything, you know, or like, I remember one time, when I was working at the bank, like this Hoya came to me, you know, and she was from like out of the States or whatever. And she had like 4 boys. And she was like, and one of my boys marry them. Like, she was like, please. She's like, they're all dating white girls. Like, literally. She was like, oh my God, like, I need your help. Like, and that's just, it's sad, you know? It's like, but they're just not accustomed to the culture. So it's good because we have Dean here, we have Dakhan here. Like, we have so many things
we
like,
move
available
confident
here.
with who we are here,
Yeah,
too.
absolutely.
Yo, that's a real ass mom.
Yeah,
Bro,
well,
she put it over again. She out here shopping her sons out.
Yeah, so, yeah, it was interesting. But yeah, I love Minnesota.
Yeah, no, I love. I feel like so Minnesota. The it for Minnesota, especially for Somali people, is that Somali community.
Yeah.
And then if you lived in Cedar, like you got that like on crack.
Yeah, absolutely.
You feel me? Like there's bank tellers, they speak Somali. You go to a clinic, they speak Somali.
Yeah.
Everywhere you can live
Pharmacists,
there.
Everyone is Somali.
You don't gotta speak a lick of English.
Yeah.
Straight
And then
see.
like we're just like elevating in everything. Like we have artists that are Somali here. We have politicians that are Somali here, even though they're not doing crap. But you know, that's another topic. But we have, you know, chefs that are Somali. Like we have like, you know, soon inshallah we're gonna have someone go in the NBA that's Somali from
Inshallah.
How much
Minnesota.
money do Somalis make for the Minnesota government? Right? Like, how much money do we bring in?
Oh, we're one of the correct me if I'm wrong.
Like, how much do we bring in?
We're one of the highest like tax revenue by.
We definitely are. I think we are the highest, to be honest, if I'm not wrong.
If correct me if I'm wrong, but like 5 out of 10 or 6 out of 10 Somali people either own a business or want to own a business.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's their goal. And when you're a business owner, you pay a shit ton amount of taxes, or you bring in a lot of revenue where you have like 15
or if you're
employees.
partnered with like the healthcare, like either way, someone is paying the government through their business.
Exactly. So that's why it's so. And going back to like what you guys were saying earlier about generations, like y'all generation, y'all kind of like people weren't really speaking for the youth. There wasn't a lot of people out there like being very vocal about the youth and what the youth need, and not even just the youth, like the community in general. Mamoyin Kena, the old heads, like what they need and what they need, like for them to like be successful and do what they gotta do. Anaka, I feel like we have way too much people speaking for us.
Yeah.
Entirely too much people speaking for us.
Yeah.
And on top of that, we have unqualified people.
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
And we have
You want to have that conversation?
fuck.
we kind of talked about this like yesterday. Like,
You wanna have that conversation?
actually.
Right. So and like it merges, because then it doesn't make any sense, because this community that's bringing so much. Bro, if you look at Minneapolis in 1990 and you look at Minneapolis today, there's a huge difference, bro. Minneapolis in 1990, Tulo.
Yeah.
It was fucking
He's not
farmland,
lying.
bro.
Yeah.
There was like 4 buildings downtown.
Mahad, add the pictures right here.
Yeah.
This is Minnesota.
Look, I'm gonna do it for you. Minnesota, 1990. Minnesota, 2022. The reason why?
At the start.
Somalis. I actually believe that.
I love it.
Mahad not gonna edit
believe
shit.
that. Oh, so Minnesota, 1990, white. Minnesota, 2021, diverse.
Yeah.
What do they say?
Melting pot.
We're one of the most diverse cities in America.
Yeah. We're a melting pot. Yeah.
Why?
Somalis.
That's gonna be something.
And
Mahad,
Yeah.
All of
don't
that,
let us know.
all of that is there. Mahad is our editor, by the way. Big shout out to him. I love that
Amazing
man.
at what he does.
Love you, bro. But and it's messed up. It's so backwards that we are that, all of that, and we have the least amount of representation.
Yeah.
We're struggling with a bunch of different stuff, and it just all boils down to like the voices that are speaking for us are just straight up backwards people, bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But where are the unbackwards people? Why are they not speaking up?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Damn.
Because there's
She's
qualified
still running
people.
this podcast.
Yeah, she
I'm
is.
sorry.
She said,
I couldn't help it.
well, that's a great question. That's a great question. That's what like everybody asks, right? I feel like we had that conversation. It's like, well, okay, if there are good people out there, like where are they? What are they doing?
Yeah.
And like I told you, like there's a disconnect because everybody is sick and tired, bro. Nobody wants to hear, bro, I'm starting a nonprofit. I'll come through. People can be like, bro, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear about another nonprofit.
Yeah.
Because we've had like literally 10 years where niggas started nonprofits. Everybody showed love, made a bunch of money, disappeared.
Yeah.
Started a nonprofit. Everyone showed love.
It's like, you know, people come and it's like, they come, right? And then they feel like, or they want to make a change in the community. But then in order to make the change, they can't do it by themselves. So they need connections and resources. But what happens was those connection resources, like, okay, I'm going to help you, but I'm going to put some strings on you
Yeah.
or whatever. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm just trying to show an example. But I'm going to put some strings on you, and then they turn into a Muppet. And then now they're being controlled.
Oh.
I
And
didn't
then,
even see it like that.
and then at the end of the day, so then when they're like, okay, like this is not working out, they drop the strings. And then it's over.
Yeah.
There's nothing. There's no show anymore.
And wallahi, I'm gonna say this again. I said this last time and the time before. Niggas is pussy, bro. That's why this is happening.
Yeah.
There's grown men that are not like, they're not really men, bro. They're wallahi. There's not a lot of real.
It's
men
a money grab.
Yeah.
that are willing to sacrifice their people, like their flesh and blood.
Yeah.
Like isku dhaqanatiin, isku diinatiin, isku diinatiin, muslimaata, shan salaada tukataa. And
Y'all
you're
pray right next to each other.
You pray right, and you're I've prayed, wallahi, I've prayed right next to, and I'm not gonna say names, right next to politicians. Jum'ah prayer. Salat la tukana. He's gonna go to the white folks, back to his office, and he's gonna say, here's the plan. We got 1,200 Somali Muslim kids in Cedar Riverside. We're just gonna say they're all doing drugs. We're gonna funnel in a bunch of money. I'm gonna take 20%. We're not gonna do shit. And they go about their day. Like they have the gall to do that, bro. That's twisted, bro. That's messed up.
Yeah, it's very
Smile while they're at it too.
Yeah, absolutely.
But no, inshallah, I think the cure is optimism.
Yeah.
I think we need to start shouting out the ones who are actually doing well.
Yeah.
And that are doing the things that they should be
Shout
doing.
out to Umar Fatah. Big shout out to Umar Fatah. We had him on the show.
Can't release his podcast. That was an amazing podcast.
Yeah, that is probably one of the realest politicians.
That's good. Yeah, I've seen him out in the community and everything like that. I stay away from politics, to be honest. I don't know. I've been disappointed so many times. But I'm always rooting for my people. So I'm happy when I do see someone running for it, alhamdulillah, you know. But it's a lot of conflict. But I'm hopeful, like you said, we have to be optimistic, and I hope one day someone comes in and makes it. But it's like, if they do, I feel like they're going to be Bernie Sanders. You know what I mean?
Yeah, something like that.
It's disappointing. So I think that, like you said, we got to wait for these old folks to just disappear and then just like stop. But you know, at the end of the day, you know, like.
One thing I'm worried about is their ideology is not dying with them.
Yeah.
Like just moving past to our generation.
There is some young cats
that move the same way.
That are like 20, 21, 22 that are talking like they're 40-year-old like Somali guy. I'm like, bro, what is wrong with you, bro? You're supposed to be on my side.
Yeah.
Fuck. You know what we have,
who's on the same team.
You know what we have that allows us to completely just say fuck the politics, like you said, and all that. We have culture.
Yeah.
We have music. We have poetry. We have media like this, media outlets like this, where we can talk our shit, rally people, you know, force things to happen. We have fashion. We have all these different things, and those things allow us to express ourselves and talk our shit. And speaking of fashion, she does, mashallah, have a clothing line, and I really wanted to get into that. Can I just say, for the record, well, like we're not getting paid. I'm not getting paid to say this. I am not getting paid to say this. She's not giving me no money. This is probably the best do-rag that I have ever worn in my life.
Oh, thank you.
Show them the do-rag. You see the silky.
You know.
You see the silky.
Y'all not
Made by queens.
I've never seen this kind of print either on any other do-rag. Like the silk ones look silk.
You hear what she said?
What
she said made by queens. And you know I just clocked? Yo, what if all the other do-rags were made by niggas, bro?
And that's why they not that good. Yo, this whole time we had niggas making the do-rags. Damn.
Y'all have Bow Wows making the do-rag.
This is why this is quality.
Bow Wow? Fuck Bow Wow. That nigga is terrible. Wake up with the fucking lines on your foot. Yo, Bow Wow, bro. Come see me about the do-rags you make. Yo, he be on the packages.
Yeah. He was
I need to get more of your do-rags too.
I got you, inshallah.
I wear do-rag every single podcast.
I told her that.
Yeah, I seen it.
And I need more of your do-rags.
I got you, for sure. Well,
my hair is kind of loading right now.
Yeah, it's loading.
She's talking shit.
Are you gonna get a haircut?
Fuck no.
He's growing out his hair.
I thought you were gonna cut it.
My hair?
Yeah.
Fuck no.
He wants to go Tarzan.
The only person that can convince me to come out is my mother. If my mom says cut your hair,
I'm gonna call her.
I'll cut it. No, don't do
Don't do this.
Don't do that. Don't call her. She's gonna say cut your hair. I don't want to cut my hair, bro. I want to grow it out.
Yeah,
I
no.
want to get long braids.
You could still do do-rags with long hair. That's actually a style.
Like you braid it and then ooh, it's so fun.
Or even like if you just like, I don't know the texture, but like, you know, if you just have like
Nah, I ain't got that kind of hair. I got that 4C hair.
Okay. Mashallah.
I got that hair. You know what I'm saying? I gotta put hella leave-in conditioner in that bitch for that one.
You could do that.
Yeah, that's smooth.
Yeah.
Hamza, what do you think about as someone who wears these do-rags all the time? Like all the time. He sleeps in it. He takes showers in the do-rags. He plays basketball. He doesn't take showers in the
Okay.
He plays
It's a stretch.
sometimes.
Sometimes.
Like what do you think?
What makes these different?
Yeah.
I think is actually the quality.
Can I see?
And the color. I've never seen a durag this color, nor
Yeah, that's my favorite color. Yeah.
Is there a
we weren't even selling it on the website. I think we gave that
how
to you
y'all
before
get
we
this
had
to
our website.
shine so much.
I don't know. It's beautiful though.
Wow.
But
Just wow.
yeah, we really honestly were struggling. Like, you know, shout out to Sammy and Amal. Like, without them, African Beauty, like, they're like the beauty brains, everything behind it as well. And
What
like,
was the first product you guys had, or at least in mind?
so at first, before do-rags, it was silk scarves.
Bro.
And we had nothing for, we don't have, yeah, for the first time, we didn't have anything for men. But it's crazy because men were really supporting us.
Bro,
Like,
Wow.
remember at the photo shoot? What was I wearing?
oh yeah, he was wearing a silk scarf.
Bro, they're fire, bro.
Yeah, and you know,
It's
men can
live?
wear it too.
It's
Yeah.
live, like,
no,
it's
it's not like the one I'm wearing now, but it's like a 4-piece silk scarf.
They're fire. I was like,
Yeah.
bro, can I wear this? Everybody's like, bro, this nigga is
brought-
wild, bro.
who
Take
brought
that
this
shit.
dude?
Who brought this dude, bro? I live had it, bro, like this. I was like, this shit is
Yeah.
flame. Well,
There's a lot of guys that bought it. So that was the first thing we had was silk scarves and lashes.
Oh, I remember
The lashes. So
yeah.
we started off honestly like we just started off with doing pop-ups, and we had a couple pop-ups like they were alhamdulillah all successful, more than we thought. Mashallah.
mashallah.
But then towards like after our like second or third one, the girls and I were like, okay, the boys are really supporting us, like what can we do? And we were like, okay, we need protective men headwear for them too, you know. We seen you guys wear do-rags, so then yeah, that's how we came with it. We didn't know it was gonna work, but wow, like it sold out.
What made you guys even do the pop-ups? What made you even want to do African Beauty?
So we're all very optimistic, like people.
Yeah.
We're all passionate about business. You know, Samuel is a med student, and my friend Amal,
mashallah.
and my friend Amal, she works in the banking finance world as me, and we're all into both that health and beauty and all that. But we wanted something, like we had a struggle. We're like, dang, it's so secluded. Like we want something that's fun, that that can represent us. Like we're tired of like going to 7 Mile or Amazon and like buying lashes, you know. Like we want to support our sisters, because there's like Minnesota's upcoming and rising. We're having events, we're having weddings, like we're having
We feel it.
a lot
the
of things, you know.
buzz.
So we're like, okay, we want to have our girls looking fly, and we want to look fly too. So that's kind of how it came up, and we just sat down and we started going over designs and everything like that, and it went from there. And like I said, like they're the beauty and the brains of everything. Like they came up with so many of the ideas, and then we just kind of like went off each other, and then and so Hadda, like coming up, like we're so excited, like what we're about to drop soon. Like we have, thanks to the support of everybody in Minnesota and in America, shout out to you guys, we were able to come up with some amazing, fantastic ideas, and we're about to drop some like heat for both women and men. Again, a lot of amazing things that are going to be coming on, so stay tuned.
I'm excited. You know, I'm there. Shit, I'm about to be
Yeah.
first in line. I'm like, what y'all got?
Yes. So yeah, and the pop-ups was fun. Like pop-ups was so fun. So our last pop-up, which I think was in the summer, that was amazing. So we collab, and we love collabing with black businesses. So like we collabed with Underdog, shout out to Underdog,
Shout out.
Juice for Skin, Lula Skin, Nubbat Candles,
I love the fact that there's Somali person doing
yes,
all of
all
that.
of
That's amazing.
yeah, self-made.
Did you say candles?
Yes, our sister, she's our friend, and she has the most fire candles.
she makes candles?
She makes it organically with her hands.
It's called Nubbat
Nubbat
Candles.
candles. Nubbat, it gives you Nubbat candles.
Yo.
Go check it out, y'all.
Yes.
Nubbat Candles.
Go check out Nubbat
Tap in.
Candles. Yes. And I'm not like being biased at all. Wallahi, it is the best smelling, most longest lasting, most comfortable, made by
Candles?
Somali
Candles.
sisters that give you Nubbat. So, you know, shout out to them. So, yeah. So
We need to
pop-ups are
replace
amazing.
those candles with hers.
Yeah, get rid of all your candles, y'all. Just check out Nubbat Candles. But yeah, so our pop-ups were fun, to be honest, and that's like how we got the most support and like how we made like money and everything like that, and it's just fun. And then we got our website, and our website took off. Like we didn't think we were gonna like sell out. Like I had to shut the website down now because like literally everything sold out. I'm like, okay, we got to restock, rebrand, and everything like that. But like, mashallah, like it took some time. It took us like a year, but I love it.
And clothing does have hardships. So did you guys have any hardships, or did you guys
Oh,
stumble anywhere?
absolutely.
Oh my
Absolutely.
bro, starting a clothing brand is not easy, bro.
At all. At
It's
all.
not.
Yeah.
And this is a phenomena that happens in the Somali community. When something blows up, damn near everybody's gonna be like, "Whoa, okay, I want to do this too." Y'all gonna find out quick.
Yeah.
This
Absolutely.
shit is not easy, bro.
Everyone's
And
gonna.
you guys said you guys did multiple pop-ups.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Forget the pop-ups. Just get it started. Finding
Yep.
a unique design and a unique brand. Then going out and like physically getting the do-rags or the khamars or whatever, like finding a manufacturer to like get that physically to your house. But that's like rocket science.
Yeah.
It's not a joke.
It takes
Wallah,
a
it's
lot
not
of
joke.
time, like shipment, packaging, just making sure everything, like technology,
Building a website.
If
building
you had
a website,
any advice
all that.
for someone who's starting up right now, they didn't even start it yet. They have that idea of, yo, I might want to start a clothing brand. What's the hardest thing that you think like they can stop beforehand? I don't even know how I'm asking this question.
No, I understand what you're saying.
Hold on.
Well, like the best advice.
Like,
that
what's
you
the
can
best
give,
advice you can give before they start?
Yeah.
There we go.
I got you, bro.
Thanks,
Yeah.
man.
Bro. Teamwork.
Go talk.
I mean, two things. Number one, don't stall. Don't procrastinate. Go for it. Just
Okay.
go for it. Do not procrastinate. The longer you procrastinate, the harder it is going to be for you when it comes to anything. I'm talking about financially, just anything. So the first thing is go for it. I guess I have 3 advices. The second thing is test your materials, market, like put it on your friends, take pictures of them, using that like before you officially launch, like get some feedback, get mentorship, talk to someone who's already done this, like don't have a huge ego. Like it's okay to reach out for help, if you need to be. And also look for ways if you are struggling. Well, first of all, if you can save money, like put money aside. So if you need to sacrifice your Starbucks or,
That's gonna be
Starbucks
tough.
is
whatever that you spend like your $5 on every day, like
$11 smart waters.
$11 smart waters.
Cut that Netflix subscription. Come on,
Use somebody else's, but save money. Like do that, even if it's like $500, which honestly doesn't sound, it's really not that much, but it makes a difference. Do that. And then also do a lot of research. Like we're so lazy. Like there's ways you can get free money. Like I tell people, like there's grants, especially like they love black people. Like, like just go be like, I'm black, and like find it. Like they'll give it to you. Like you gotta, like people think that like we actually have a lot of opportunity. Like at the same time, like yes, we are struggling behind. But there is opportunities, and and it's not like white people are giving black people this money. There's other black people giving black people this money,
Exactly.
So those are the first 3 things that I do is don't procrastinate, save money, and outreach and research. Yeah.
That was an amazing
I'm
answer.
about to go start a
I think
brand.
that's a clip right there. I
I
think that's the clip right there.
That's some heat right there. And I feel like you did a really great job of merging like your corporate world and what you learned from there into your passions in life as well. And I feel like also you have some gems because you said you teach financial literacy and you that's a passion of yours as well. I'm not gonna lie, bro. So I graduated high school, went into college. I struggled with that a lot, like figuring out like
we all did,
what the fuck is a credit card and why do I need one? How do I build my credit? Stuff like that. And then later on, like realizing, I need credit to do stuff, like to get a nicer car, to get a loan. You need to like actually have credit history. Like if you're just you're not really on nothing. You ain't got no collateral. You ain't got no credit cards. Bank has no reason to trust you. So what's like something? Let's say like a kid is 18 or your kid turns 18. What's something that you would advise him to go do just in terms of just finances or financial literacy?
Yeah. So number one thing is before you're 18, like, I don't know about you guys, like when I was 15, I got my first job. I was working at Sears at the mall. And at the time I would give my paychecks to my mom so she could save it for me. But regardless, if you don't have that type of figure in your life, or if you just are like I'm grown, like I could do myself, but save. Like that's the first thing I tell kids is save, but like not save as in like put your money in a shoebox. Like you can get an account before 18, and you can get a savings account and you can manage it. So like put your money in there, and if you don't trust the bank, do what you got to do. Just save. That's the number one thing.
Do you have any saving tips?
How much should they save? Because like that's another thing that I struggled with too. This is the stupid shit I would do. I'll get like a $500 check. I'll save $450 and I have $50 left. And then
that's big, but
then I'll
finish
the 50.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, damn, I need
Oh
money.
no.
And then I'll go like get another.
Keep going
50.
it out.
And I'll be like, fuck, 4 more days till I get paid. And then like there wouldn't be any discipline, because then I get really used to just like, fuck it, I'll take it out of my savings. By the end of the month, there's $0 in my savings. There's ain't nothing left. You feel me?
So
after
like
a while, I learned. Like,
yeah.
Go ahead, but yeah.
Well, I mean, now like with 2021, what's so great is there's apps that you could budget, and I love it. Before I used to write things down, but like there's apps that like a Nerd wallet or like different wallets, you can just search it up and you could put all your expenses. So I would say like when you're young at that age, obviously like your paychecks are not that big, but save half your check, to be honest. Like do half your paycheck. So let's say it's 500, put 250 away. 250 is definitely gonna last you for movies and food and gas. Like you're more than good, So I would say half your paycheck. Now when you're and then when you turn 18, don't get a unsecured credit card, as in don't apply for a credit card that the bank lends you money. I would suggest getting a secured credit card. You put your own money in that credit card, but it helps you build. So you feel the pain when you're using it, but you're still putting the money back. I like the secured card because it disciplines you and you get to practice. I would say do that the first year. The second year, either you already automatically upgrade or you can request to upgrade and then you can use that credit card. So I think it's important to start your credit early. And then if you ask your mom, honestly, if you're underage, to put you on her credit card, so she could start helping you establish credit,
as like an authorized user.
As an authorized, exactly. You could do that for sure. But there's so many tips, honestly, like saving, budgeting. Saving is big, but like budgeting is bigger. Like you have to budget. So like if you are, most of the time when we're young, our money is on entertainment, like whether it's food or traveling or whatever the case may be. The new shoes came out, Essentials dropped a new line, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's just all that things. But like budget, are you going to like go on Google, look at what your favorite company is dropping and be like, okay, I'm going to wait for that brown Essentials hoodie to drop. I'm not going to get the nude and I'm going to get this one. So like budget, like, okay, I'm going to do this each year. I'm going to treat myself to something nice, but I'm not going to do it every month. So you just got to kind of pick and choose and like do research for yourself.
That's fire.
Yeah.
That's fire. That allows you to kind of grow. Yeah. And then like with everything in life, I think you would agree with this. It's a lot of trial and error. And what works for her might not work for me.
Exactly.
Might not work for him.
Absolutely.
So it's just like have a solid framework and just like put stuff in, take
and invest out as well. I mean, I don't want to go into depth investing, but anything that you put your money in that you get your money back or more is always a good idea. So look into investing as well. I think it's a really big thing. So if you are, not everybody has an entrepreneur mindset. Like not everybody's going to open a business or want to open a business. A lot of people want to go to be a lawyer or engineer or whatever, but even in that you can invest. And there's ways that you can, open your own clinic someday or, open your own firm as a lawyer, like whatever it is, but find ways to invest. So that's like really important. If you are working for a company, 401k, oh my God. Like if you are working for those corporate companies, yes, do 401k.
What is a 401k?
It's a savings account and it's for retirement. So it's like you're putting money in and then your company will match it, But the nice thing, I'm not recommending this at all. But in emergency situations, let's say you're working for a company for like a couple of years and then something happens, your mom needs surgery or needs to travel and you do need money, you can take it out and borrow against your 401k.
Wow.
And that's really nice. You don't have to go into different avenues or like whatever the case may be, which like I said, I'm not recommending you take money out, but like and then when you retire, I mean, you get that 401k, you get that 100k, 200k, whatever it is. And so if that's only if you are working for a corporate, and then if you own a business, get 401k for your employees. Get direct deposit, please. These Somali home cares, I'm dying because I'm sick and tired of these checks bouncing back. Like I need everybody to get direct deposit.
She was like, "Yo, I'm snapping right now. Let me just get mad at somebody real quick."
It crossed my mind right now. All these direct deposits bouncing back, these checks and everything. Like get direct deposit, please, for your employees. I beg you. If your mom and dad own a home care, tell them to get direct deposit. But anyways,
that's just ghetto, bro.
Yeah, it's very
2021,
ghetto.
Like you taking a check to the bank,
yeah, it's
that shit should drop right into your.
But But yeah, that's really the main advice that I would give for someone. So
No, that's really good. I feel like,
yeah.
man, I love this because it just keeps reminding me of like when I was a kid and I would like go on Google or
Yeah.
YouTube, be like things that I should know about saving money. You know, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
some white guys telling me like, "Hey everybody, this is John. I'm gonna give you guys 10 tips." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'll
do
be
we
like,
have any Somali people that do stuff like that?
Yeah, so thank you.
Yes.
There are like
There you go.
shout out to Asia. I don't know if you guys have heard of. You guys should definitely get her on your show one day, inshallah, for sure. But she had like a growth conference this year, and she has her own busy and she does a lot of financial education.
What's her name?
Asia.
Asia.
Yes,
Okay.
Asia.
Shout out to
Do
Asia.
you know her
Shout out to
Instagram
Asia.
at?
Yes, her Instagram plus her business Premier Starter. She literally helps people in the community, like even buy houses, credit, save, budget, all that. She helps with that.
Alright.
Yo,
We gotta tap in with her.
Yes, for sure. She we had her on Eat and Talk too, and she just dropped a lot of gems for sure. There's right now, brother, he started. I don't know if you guys know Abbas. I call him Otis Abbas.
Yes.
Otis, yeah.
Yes. Big
he's-
shout out to him.
Big shout out to him, Motivational Street. He just started that, and I know that they're going to be focused on young brothers,
Yeah.
and they want to advocate for financial literacy and everything like that too. And there's just a few people in the community, but those are the top two, honestly, that like come to my head when it comes to financial literacy. That's Somali. There's a lot of non-Somalis, but still minority that teach financial literacy. But those are the ones that come to my head for sure.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
then closing, usually this is how we usually end it.
Yeah.
But next year, a year time from now, where do you see yourself? Are those 12 titles going to continue getting bigger? Do you see them getting smaller?
Those 12 jobs. She's
Are you going to
come
be a
back
community advocate in the
with,
year? Are
she's
you
gonna
still
come
are
back
you
with
going to be
24.
a superhero?
A super.
That's
gonna be in a Marvel movie.
Damn, 12
It's
months
a hard
from
question.
now. It is
12
a very
months from
hard
now, where do you think
question.
you'll see yourself?
Inshallah, hopefully my job doesn't watch this, but I don't want to be working 9 to 5 in 12 months. But if I am, alhamdulillah, like I've been growing. I'm very grateful. Like it sucks working for a corporate company, but I'm very grateful for them. They give me a lot of opportunities. But
They gonna watch this. They go watch
They're gonna
this.
be in the break room like, did you hear about Yusra?
She's fine.
Yeah, she said she doesn't want to work here anymore.
oh my God.
Really?
No.
The coffee cups.
No,
It sounds like the episode of The Office. Yeah, I didn't get that vibe off her.
Did you get to the point where he made fun of us? How about that right now? They got to this
Oh,
point and they're look at the
man.
camera.
And then some guy named Muhammad
Listen.
Stared at the camera.
speak like this,
She does.
bro.
Here I goes
I
talking.
would
Yo.
not last a day in the corporate world. bro.
Oh my God, no, it's
I
really
still don't know how
tough.
I do it.
I would
It's
not.
very tough.
These are two people that are in the corporate world.
Oh,
It's
man.
not for me. But I would come home be like,
Just stressed out.
just I'm a very Somali person, bro. I'm
Yeah.
a very like African, like black person, bro. Like extra, and I don't know how to turn it off, bro.
Yeah.
Even at work, like just at my regular job with other Somali people, bro, they be looking at me crazy, bro.
Yeah.
They be like, Muhammad, you come to the meeting? I'd be like, that shit dead. I'm not going to that. And they be like, yo, imagine if I say that to Mark.
Now remember that one conversation you had with one of your managers.
Yo, don't get me fired.
Oh,
man.
damn.
Remember that conversation?
Which one? Say it. I don't care, to be honest.
It's the one where you were like, where he told you to do something and you asked why.
Oh.
I feel like that kind of question might get you fired in the corporate world.
Yeah.
should
Challenging
ask.
them.
No, not
It wasn't
okay,
challenge. It was a good
let me
question.
explain- Let me
Aw.
explain it. So,
Mhm.
the way I was raised, and like, I grew up in Cedar, right?
Mhm.
Pride and like just like your word and just like who you are and respecting one another is a very big thing. Like it's just there's lines that you don't cross. And
Absolutely.
there's ways that you speak to each other, right? And like that was something that I was taught at a very young age because when I was younger, like I used to do stupid shit, say stupid shit. You motherfucker, fuck you. I say stupid shit. Like
Yeah.
that. But so I learned real quick though, there's ways that you address other people. As a man, I'm just gonna say this straight up. And yeah, if y'all ever want to like trick somebody into doing something, especially a man, ask them to do it. Don't tell them to do it. Because as men, we don't like to be told what to do. That's just like, I don't know, misogyny. All that. We can get into that, but that's just the way we're wired. Like if you tell me, yo, go, you fucking dumbass, go pick that up, go put over there. Well, lie, just out of spite, and be like, I'm not doing that shit. But if you ask me, be like, yo, can you go? I'm get up so quick. I'm be like, oh, I'm needed. You feel me? So this nigga, like, he told me to do something in a very like aggressive manner, and he's way older than me. He's like in his 40s, and like by the way, that's not that old, okay? I'm not making fun of old people. But he's like in his
Dang, you
40s.
just said that's not the old, but I'm not making fun of old people. That's contradicting. That's contradicting.
He has something against older people.
Yeah.
She quick with it.
She got a podcast.
Oh my god.
Continue.
I didn't think nobody would hear that. But no, so he like was really talking down on me. And like, I don't know. Again, see that I cut it, bro. I don't give a fuck. So I told him, yo, don't speak to me like that. I'm a grown man. I get that you're like my manager and
Oh my God.
you're in charge of me.
I was sitting there listening to this story.
Oh, you don't speak to me like that, bro. Come correct. And then he was like, what do you mean by that? And I broke it down to him, like how I broke it down to him right now. And this nigga in live was like, you know what? You have a point. And I was like, oh, I didn't expect that. I thought he was going to say, pack your bags, nigger. Yeah, so
Wow.
I would not.
No, that's good.
I would not last in the corporate world.
But yeah, you're not gonna last.
She said, I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
like
Don't
a
do
month
it.
from now, I'll be like, yo, Yusra.
Because it's your job. You have a manager. Like
is
they're gonna
there-
give you tasks.
I'll be like, is there any job openings? She'll be like, no.
Nah, not for you. Nope.
She'll be like, you're done. There's no way.
No. Oh my gosh.
It's okay. I don't want to work. I'm good.
Yeah.
Bless the souls that do it. I love you guys.
Yeah.
Y'all legendary.
Okay. So in a year, you don't want to be
It's enough for
working.
me.
So
an
yeah,
9 to 5.
hopefully, and then, but everything else that you just mentioned definitely want to be expanded.
Like
You know,
that. I like that.
I don't know if I'll continue serving the boards that I am, but inshallah I am. If not, I'll
Inshallah.
be giving back to community some other way. My business to grow, you know, with African Beauty with my best friends, definitely we see huge visions for that. And then I'm definitely going to continue always volunteering financial literacy. Like that's never going to stop no matter where I am. Yeah, honestly, it's just, you know, something like I just remembered based off of what you said, like I was always very conflicted with working in the corporate world. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my God, like working for a white man collar, like this shit is dead, like you said, you know?
Hey, first, let me just get this. Hey, boss, I love working. Okay?
Yeah.
Hey, hold on. I love my job and I love where I work at. Let me just do this right now, because these two, I don't know what they talking about.
Yeah.
You know,
He
but-
they're
talks
not
about you all the time,
representing
by the
me.
way. He
All
talks
right.
about you all
Great
the
people,
time.
great people.
He
He
says,
said great
hey, he
people.
walks in the door, he's like, oh, I had
love 'em.
such a great day at
Love
work today.
all of them. All right, we can continue. I just needed to make that known.
Nigga said, I got to beg rent.
I got,
I'm not talking
I
shit
gotta
about
pay
my
bills.
company though.
Ghost Talk
Listen.
ain't making no money because they not paying. These niggas not paying my bills.
I mean, I work at Brian Coyle. They don't give a fuck. I'm chilling.
Well, I'm sorry for cutting you out. It's just, I need that money.
No, I'm not talking shit about, you know, the corporate world at all, you know. But like I was saying, my point is actually positive when it comes to corporate world because somebody, you know, they asked me, they were like, yo, if you weren't working in the title that you're in now, the position that you're in now, who would be helping us?
Yeah.
And that hit me and I was like, that's when I realized my job is meaningful. Even though it's in the corporate world, I was like, okay, at least in the corporate world, I could still make a difference.
Yeah.
You know, I could. And that's not for everyone. You know, some people, their corporate jobs, you really can't. But you really can, honestly. Like, my shit is banking. Like, it got nothing to do with the community. But I found a way to incorporate that. Every company has a D&I, like diversity and inclusion. You just have to reach out to them and be like, listen, do you guys want to be on the news for being racist? No, right? All right. Well, I want to help my community. You got money. Let's figure some shit out and put back in our
That's amazing.
community.
Mashallah. Yeah,
You
we
know?
gotta give. That's a go. That's a go speaking right there. That's a go.
You know, so that's why I'm grateful. So if I, you know, in a year, if I still am with my company, I'm not going to be, you know, heartbroken about it because I know that I'm still going to be making a difference from my 9 to 5. So,
Mashallah.
yeah.
Capitalism.
Yeah.
We're not going to get into capitalism right now. We're not going to get into capitalism right now.
Yeah.
Closing remarks. Where can they reach you at? Where can they find you?
Yeah.
The GOAT.
Instagram, it's Yusrina. That's my nickname, my childhood nickname. My mom used to call me
Yusrina.
Yusrina. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
But, you know, my name's Yusra. And then follow our business page at African Beauty, but it's beauty with the TEA at the end, beauty. And then follow Eat and Talk Minnesota or Eat and Talk our YouTube, subscribe. Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to tell them? Anything you got anything coming out? Anything crazy? Because I know you said African Beauty's coming out.
Yeah,
with a new
stay
line.
follow African Beauty because that's where we're gonna drop all the announcements.
Some heat
We're gonna
is
drop
coming.
some heat for sure. Inshallah, we're gonna have some photo shoots. I'll
Yeah.
incorporate you guys with our do-rags and everything for sure. And then Eat and Talk, we're looking to grow as well. We're really excited about all the guests that we've had and the guests that are to come. You know, I definitely think you guys, well, not definitely, you guys are going to be on there. So prepare.
On what?
Prepare. You guys are going to be on Eat and Talk. Let's get in the Jeeves.
Can we get Gurahlo?
Let's get Qurahlo. Let's get Mashallah. Let's get all of it. Yeah.
I think we should have Najeeb's and Gurahlo next to
We're
each
going to have
other.
a mukbang and we're going to get
And then
into
see
it.
and then could you do me a favor and have him blindfolded and
Wallahi,
just
I'll know.
put...
Uqsum
He
billah, you
won't
could put-
know.
You could put my
He
mother's
won't
cooking
know.
at Najeeb's
He
right next
won't.
to each other. I'll know.
You will know?
Wallahi, I'll know.
I'm
When they changed the ranch, and I went to them, I said, yo, did y'all change the ranch? These niggas mother heck They're like, how did you know? Bro, I've been eating Najeeb's food since I was 8 years old. Y'all
Mashallah.
not about to tell me about Najeeb.
Yo, you
Hey, that's-
loyal.
Come on, bro.
You
this clip is gonna be
loyal.
used.
That's crazy.
When I fuck
But
up,
when he fucks up, it's gonna be like, I've been eating this since I was 8.
Damn.
Niggas a
Ana
liar.
Evan and Wallahi, Ana Evan and no. But no, I would love for you guys to be on Eat and Talk. And like with Eat and Talk, I wanna like it's cool interviewing people like that are doing something, but I wanna have more conversational things. Like I was telling you about the brother that asked about the relationship stuff, like
Oh,
with those
yeah.
things. Like I wanna get into
Things
topics with like our Somali brothers and sisters. So yeah, so that's like what my plan is coming into next year. Yeah, I mean, you gonna see us. We gonna see y'all. Yeah.
That was amazing. I had a blast.
Yeah, I had a great
I had
time.
a great time too.
Thank
Thunder,
you
you have a
guys.
blast? Was it good?
Thunder
It was a
had
good time?
had
Good time.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank
We
you.